Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Today I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about what's going to be happening with the channel in the long term and what's going to be changing with both my wife and I in the short term, which is why it will impact the channel long term. A few years ago, we decided to call Portugal home. We moved from the United States in 2019 to Lisbon, Portugal. And during the pandemic, I decided to start a YouTube channel on the how-tos of Lisbon and Portugal, how to get here, the mundane stuff. It's not sexy, it doesn't get a lot of views, but when we moved, there wasn't a lot of information on how do you turn stuff on, how do you get your communications like phone and internet, what service providers are out there, how to deal with a plumber or an electrician, what happens if there's issues with your CEF appointment, which is now the AIMA, how to integrate or how not to integrate, or what is our experience with communicating and integrating with local Portuguese as well as fellow immigrants from other countries. So I did that just because I didn't see a lot out there, and what I saw was unicorns and rainbows, and it's the greatest thing ever, and which is not true about really probably any place that someone would live. So I wanted to be more straight and to the point, try not to inject my opinion that much. I have in the last year or so probably been a little more opinionated about some things, but I just wanted to give people information and hope that along with all of the other people that you communicate with, that could be a good resource for you when it comes to Portugal. Now, along with that, we have a passion for traveling, so many people are watching videos, and maybe this one because it's Portugal and related to Portugal, but there are a handful of people that prefer travel videos. Again, not a lot of views, a ton of people do this stuff when it comes to travel, but something that I'm really passionate about, and I love kind of showing and exploring the world, if you will. Well, I've changed the name. I think I came up with Joric in Portugal. Then it was just Joric McLean. I've changed the name a few times to the channel, but it's going to be Travel Tidbits. I can't see that changing anytime soon. I think I finally found a name 3.5 years later that I'm going to stick with. And the reason why is that we're going to be moving back to the United States here in about a month after publishing this video. So it's going to happen fairly quickly. I'm still going to post probably once a month, maybe more, some Portugal related content as I come across it. There'll be more travel videos, but in general there'll probably be less videos with work and whatnot. Won't be as much time to be able to create some of these things. And even with work right now, I've tried to do my best. Sometimes it's the middle of the night, whenever I can get some free time, when there isn't a lot of noise around, try to make some videos. But we're leaving to go back, and many people have asked questions along the way about, why did you move to Portugal, or would you ever move back? You'll notice I don't necessarily have a bunch of videos talking about the reasons I hate the United States or the reasons I, love or hate Portugal, just because of the fact that I like where I'm from, and I knew someday with our work being on a work visa, unlike most of you, which are a D7 visa, being on a work visa, that time would come where maybe that visa would not so much the visa, the contract would not get renewed, and things would change where we would look to go back home. And so another primary driver is that we really miss our son and daughter-in-law, and we want to be able to go spend more time with them. And as we've been able to spend almost 5 years in Portugal and travel to everywhere we wanted to in Europe, along with working, which has been great, we feel like we've had a great run. And with the job situation getting a little wonky, it's time to be able to move back and really press hard with jobs back in the U.S. and be able to get retired maybe sometime in the next 7 to 10 years, like many of you that have moved to Portugal or are watching this video from abroad have already done. Most of the people that see or message me are retired or close to retirement. We're nowhere near that. Unless we win the Powerball in the States or the Euro Millions here in Europe. So we've had a great run, and this has been an exceptional experience because I've told everybody that I message, this is a great face for radio. I never really meant for YouTube to make as many videos as I've made. I like speaking. I don't necessarily prefer being on camera. After even making hundreds of videos, it still seems awkward for me to do this. I'd rather be probably behind the camera than in front of it. But I wanted to get information out because I thought some of the information published was crap. And I also wanted people to realize that moving to another country, the honeymoon will end. And if you're moving anywhere, there will become a point where it just becomes the next zip code or next place you're living, as opposed to everything's great. So I hope that that's come across in my videos, and I hope it will continue to, as I continue to make some more sparing content about Portugal, some more content about travel, but all in all, probably less videos per month. There's a couple of other channels I'd like to start that have nothing to do with Portugal or travel that I'm going to try to explore once we get back to the United States. But I wanted to let everyone know that's what's happening. I'm probably going to make some videos about what it's like to move back, meaning being in Portugal and some of the stuff that you have to undo or cancel now that you have it, and what that experience is like, as well as making videos back. We moved from Phoenix, Arizona, the metropolitan area. We'll move back to one of the suburbs back there, and probably give you some experience of what it was like. And there will probably be videos down the road of 6 months in back home, what's life like compared to what it was like in Europe, to give people some background and some reference. The majority of the people that have come across that have moved to Portugal 5 years later are no longer living in Portugal, meaning they moved before we did. They have citizenship and they have their Portuguese passport, and they've moved on to another country, and that was their whole goal. There's a small percentage of people who have moved to Portugal and they're committed to Portugal. They're going to stay here. They're getting citizenship, and they probably, regardless of tax, the NHR, when that expires, they're still going to stay, so they say. But for us, this was never going to be the forever destination. This was the next destination, and we will go back to the United States, and that will be the next destination. And we'll find out once we're retired where our destination will be once we retire. So there's more to come and more videos that I'll be making. I just want to let everyone know that not as many videos probably, just due to time and work constraints. But I wanted to thank everyone, those of you that have enjoyed the channel and left good feedback, as well as those of you who have blasted me. I've had lots of defamatory or very highly insensitive comments, if you will. But when you're online, you have to expect that people are going to call you all kinds of names. So I think I've been called probably everything that you could be called in English and in Portuguese, as well as some other languages. But I'm hopeful that the information has been useful. Many of the videos are now outdated that I made 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, but some of them are still relevant. And I'm going to try probably over the next 6 months and update videos to make sure that they're still relevant, and maybe remove some ones that no longer apply. Like, for example, one of the first things I did was passenger locator forms. I think I did passenger locator forms for about 25 countries or 30 countries. Well, those aren't relevant, haven't been relevant since 2022. So I need to go through and I need to audit and really spruce up the channel a little bit moving forward. And please, if you have any comments or feedback, anything that I haven't touched on in Portugal or with travel that you want to know about, please email me. mcleanjoric@gmail.com. It's in the bio of the or of the YouTube channel. Don't hesitate. I take both positive and negative, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't please reach out and let me know what you think. If you have more information that you need to know that you're not getting from someone else, or I haven't made a video about it, please let me know. I've got a month. There's going to be a little vacation in there, but there's going to be a month where I'll be able to kind of keep hitting it hard on Portugal-centric videos before it's going to be more travel-related or, you know, the occasional Portugal video. But I wanted to say thank you. I do appreciate all of the comments that come and the comments that you've made, as well as the friendships that I've been able to make. Probably about 20 people, which I think is a big number because I have a very small channel. That people that have followed the channel I've been able to meet and get to know on several occasions, and it's been a wonderful. It's been a wonderful trip. I didn't expect that I would be able to meet people in person. I thought it would all be virtually. But it's been a blast. I'm going to continue to go, but and make things. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew, kind of 1 month out, what's going to happen. So in case in the month of August here you don't see many videos, you'll understand why. So again, thank you so much. Let's keep working at it. Please give me some feedback and give me some things I can make videos on, and we'll keep working towards probably a better future, maybe a better Portugal, and some better travel tips and more travel tips and advice, and we'll go from there. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and enjoy your travels.